A long time ago, when YouTube used to look like this, and you probably still thought keyboard phones were cool, Konami used to release Yu-Gi-Oh! Articles, specifically articles to hype up their latest cards from their latest sets. These articles would all be released on their blog site, creatively named Yu-Gi-Oh! Blog. Now, these articles weren't anything too special, pretty much what you would expect from your run-of-the-mill, big mega-corpo writing, family-friendly content to promote their latest products. But hidden beneath all these articles was a secret. A secret that was very out of character for Konami's normal corpo writing. A series of very silly little Easter eggs that would take a few years before anyone really started to notice their existence. A post submitted by a user named OldHat104 appeared on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Subreddit. Konami is really starting to get creative with their file names in their blog posts. What OldHat had stumbled upon was something rather strange. He linked one of Konami's articles, World Superstars, the real star power starts here. Now at first glance, everything about this article seemed pretty ordinary. Just another article used to hype up their latest set, World Superstars, showcasing a bunch of cards within the set and some examples of how they can be used. But something fishy was going on behind the card images. What Old had noticed was whenever you would go to download an image of one of the cards featured in this article, the file name attached to them were all really strange. First of all, we had a picture of Dante, Traveller of the Burning Abyss. More like Permanent Resident of the Burning Abyss.jpg. Okay. Then we had Tachyon Transmigration. All things shall become nothing. A tad bit edgy, but I'm going to assume it's some sort of anime reference, maybe. I haven't gotten that far in the anime. How about a picture showcasing how you can summon Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon using these two monsters? Helping Hands. Now, after seeing this, it didn't take long for the community to do a bit of investigating and realise this wasn't the only article Konami had done this with. It was a bunch of them, and this thread quickly filled up with a whole heap of funny responses. A Mecha Fan and Beast combo showcasing how to summon their big boss by gathering the correct number of levels. Math checks out. A picture of some hero cards. 404 Stratos not found. For some context, Stratos is arguably one of, if not the hero archetype's best card, and was currently banned at the time from tournaments. Numeral Hunter. It's not like I wanted to hunt you or anything. Didn't know Kite was a tsundere. Star Seer of Sovereignty. Also known as Comfy Chair or a Good Place to Sit. A combo to summon Lone Fire Blossom. Look, I don't know, things happen sometimes. How about some trees? Now, as funny as this all was, it left behind a really glaring question. Who exactly was naming all these files? Whilst Konami does leave credit to whoever wrote each article at the bottom of each article, it doesn't seem likely the authors were the ones naming these files, because these funny file names were appearing across several different authors, but not on every one of their articles. Maybe each one of the authors did name these images, but only sometimes? Or more likely, there was somebody else at Konami with a very funny sense of humour. We will probably never know the real answer, so for now, this person is known by a different name, a name given to them by the creative users of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Subreddit. File Name Guy. File Name Guy became notorious across the Yu-Gi-Oh! Subreddit, having post after post after post written about his various different antics across the several years he was active. Now, unfortunately, as much as I would like to show you every single one of the images he named, that would take way too long, as there are hundreds of them. But I would like to spend the rest of this video just going through a bunch of my favourites. F.A. Dark Dragster, or also known as Fake Hot Wheels. Cosmo Farm Girl, still in Kansas. Cosmo Slip Rider, not in Kansas anymore. Flash Knight. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted for that one. Pot of Desires. 1.8% going first, 2% going second. For those that don't know, Polar Desires allows you to draw 2 cards at the cost of banishing the top 10 of your deck. This name is the percent chance of accidentally banishing 3 copies of the same card going first or second when using this on your first turn, which would screw over your game plan, which is the downside of the card. A picture of Mystical Space Typhoon, Cosmic Cyclone, and Twin Twisters. Name a weather phenomenon that can really ruin your day. Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. You might remember me from decks such as every 5Ds era Synchro deck. MX Saber Invoker. You might remember me from that time you played against Zodiac yesterday. For reference, Zodiac was the best deck at this time. These next 2 have to be my favourite. Sis Hunter and Bro Hunter. In extremely little sister voice. Welcome home, brother! Exclamation point. Kazuki and Mizuki. In extremely Guardians of the Afterlife voice. Welcome home, brother. Feather Duster and Featherstorm. Blown away by JPEGs. An article primarily about Ascension Sky Dragon. Forget having Ascension Sky Dragon, I don't even have a JPEG of it. For reference, Ascension Sky Dragon was a prize card at the time, so basically nobody had it. Inspector Border. Go-Go Gadget Surfboard. Scorpio, Cobra, a Gem Knight, and Trick Clown. Bee, Orchid, Cobra, Lily, Shiny Rock, Handstand. A bunch of removal and a counter trap. Stop it. Phantom Knights. The Phantom Knight Menace. This one was clever. Cyber Dragon Eternity. 630 NEVRC. Since Eternity is the opposite of Cyber End Dragon, they named it Cyber End Dragon's release number, but backwards. This list could go on for ages, but I think I'll just leave it there. Now, for those wondering what happened to File Name Guy, unfortunately, Konami decided to discontinue making these articles sometime around July of 2019, replacing them with some videos, before just discontinuing the articles portion of their blog site entirely, not too long after. Sadly, as of recording this video, you aren't even able to access these old blogs anymore, as this portion of the site is in a perpetual state of undergoing maintenance. Thankfully, if you do want to go back and have a look at some of these funny file names for yourself and see what treasures you can find, websites such as the Wayback Machine have taken a few snapshots of these web pages as they were seen years ago, so you can go back and take a look for yourself. As of now though, it looks like File Name Guy may have posted his final file name, and we may never know who was truly behind the mask. But who knows? Maybe one day Konami does intend to end the everlasting maintenance and bring these articles back. And on that day, hopefully, we get to see the return of some funny file names. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's little history story video thing. But for those of you that don't know, I cover a whole bunch of tales from Yu-Gi-Oh's history on this channel, from people eating cards at tournaments, 4chan taking over official Yu-Gi-Oh live streams, drug dealers hiding their product behind Yu-Gi-Oh packs, and so much more. So if you want to see more stories just like this one, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I've created a full playlist of this series that I'll leave at the top of the description, or you can click that little card on screen now. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Laters.